This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, the depth of Lake Wakatipu hampers the search for the body of missing skydiver Tyler Nee. Despite rain, the Otago Regional Council is still asking Dunedin residents to conserve water. And the town of Lumsden gets a makeover for increasing tourists and freedom campers. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. The search for the body of missing skydiver Tyler Nee is being thwarted by Lake Wakatipu being deeper than previously thought. Mina Amso reports from Queenstown.
The Police National Dive Squad in Queenstown are awaiting a sonar equipment extension to arrive today before continuing their search for the missing United States skydiver Tyler Nee. Queenstown Police say the extension is required by the dive squad to search the full depth of Lake Wakatipu, which was initially estimated to be 250 metres, but on examination it turned out to be 70 metres deeper. Sergeant Steve Ward says the existing equipment could only reach 300 metres. The 20-metre extension is expected to arrive today, but police could not say exactly when. Tyler Nee of California has been missing since last Wednesday after he and his tandem skydiving instructor plunged into Lake Wakatipu while on a jump with skydive firm Endzone. Police are liaising with Mr. Nee's family and are expecting their arrival today or tomorrow. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Police have released the name of a man who died after his truck rolled near Beaumont yesterday morning. He was 54-year-old Nigel Patrick Beck of Balclutha. The crash happened shortly after 6 a.m. yesterday morning when the truck carrying building materials rolled into a ditch on the road between Balclutha and Beaumont. Mr. Beck was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are still investigating the incident. With the record-breaking hot weather over the past few days, Dunedin residents are being asked to conserve water to avoid compulsory restrictions. Last night the spell of dry weather was finally broken, but the Dunedin City Council says first-level compulsory restrictions may still be imposed before the weekend.
The rain is back in Dunedin today, but it may not be enough of a decent soak to see the city avoid compulsory water restrictions. Voluntary water restrictions have been in place since early December, but water use has steadily increased in the region since the start of the year. Otago Regional Council Director of Engineering, Hazards and Science, Gavin Palmer, says the Taieri River has reached record low levels and most Otago River levels are below average for this time of year. This week's data shows several rivers are at or below their minimum flow level and the Lindis and Cardrona rivers are dry in some sections. The first stage of compulsory restrictions would include capping sprinkler use and washing private cars to between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. A long-range forecast by NIWA has predicted Otago's weather will stay warmer than average for the next 3 months. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
A historic building in Oamaru's historic precinct is to be renovated thanks to a government grant. The Marshall Building in Tees Street, which dates back to the 1880s, has been awarded $48,000 towards its restoration. Once strengthening is completed, the building will be converted for visitor accommodation. Lumsden's town centre is getting a makeover to address issues which come with high numbers of tourists and freedom campers. Tourist numbers to the Southland town have exceeded expectations and the Southland District Council has taken steps to enforce its freedom camping rules. Sharon Rees has more.
On any given summer's day, Lumsden's town centre is packed with tourists and freedom campers making use of its handy facilities. When Lumsden's freedom camping bylaw was introduced in 2015, the popularity of the town came as a surprise to community development members who had originally expected around 6 or so vehicles per night.
It exponentially grew into, at the peak last season, of 108 vehicles a night. So yeah, it's averaging about sort of last season averaged about 70 vehicles a night. This season we're sort of down a little bit on last. We're sort of been seeing around sort of 40 to 50 at the moment.
The unexpected numbers have prompted the Southland District Council to put up new signs to mark boundaries, and an enforcement officer will be issuing fines for anyone not adhering to the rules. But Scott says, with boundaries clearly marked, freedom campers aren't generally an issue.
Maybe with the 1% we might have to issue 1 or 2 fines, but I don't think it's going to be issuing out heaps and heaps of fines, because like I say, they follow the rules because they want these kinds of spaces to be here for them to do it, so they understand that they need to follow the rules and toe the line.
In December, Lumsden was given over $220,000 of government funding to upgrade the town's historic railway precinct, which includes the freedom camping area.
When you've only got a small ratepayer base, it's hard for us as a small town to keep the infrastructure of the town up to meet these demands. So, so we've got a good couple of $100,000 here from the government to help us do this whole area up and keep ourselves being able to sustain the tourism numbers that we're getting. And as a side effect bonus, it helps us manage the freedom campers a lot better too.
The government funding makes up half the cost of the development, with the Southland District Council covering the other 50%. The money will go towards sealing and landscaping the railway precinct, marking boundaries for campers, rubbish bins and upgrading the toilet block. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, the New Zealand Transport Agency looks to review a dangerous intersection near Queenstown, and the newly refurbished Dunedin Wildlife Hospital receives its first celebrity patient.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost feel as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Dane. Not now, man. I'm panicking.
Come on, mate. I know just what you need.
In here?
No.
Is this it?
No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Calling all Otago superheroes, the 2018 Relay for Life needs your team. On March 17 and 18, the relay teams will join together to create one of the most inspiring events, helping not only to raise funds but also to remember those who have fallen to cancer or are struggling with it. To register your team, simply go to the website and sign on, then start fundraising. It's about celebrating, remembering and fighting back. Be a superhero and register now at relayforlife.org.nz.
Welcome back. The intersection where a three-car collision happened near Queenstown yesterday is now under review by the New Zealand Transport Agency. Mena Amso has more.
The NZTA is having another look at the layout and safety of the infamous intersection of State Highway 6 and McDonnell Road, 10 minutes outside Queenstown. This came following yesterday's serious crash, which involved a 10-ton tow truck and two other vehicles, one of which had a Chinese tourist couple. Sergeant Steve Watt of Queenstown told the South Today this morning one of the 28-year-old Chinese tourists have remained in Lakes District Hospital with serious injuries. Sergeant Watt urged tourist drivers to look twice, if not 3 times, at intersections, as NZTA rates this intersection as medium to high based on previous crashes. The review will be conducted in the coming weeks. Mina Amso, The South Today.
A rare female takahe was admitted to the Dunedin Wildlife Hospital yesterday. Roselle LeBone has more.
This little injured takahe, known as Widget, is now a patient at the newly opened Dunedin Wildlife Hospital. A member of the Burwood Takahe Centre, she was sent from Te Anau to the Dunedin Wildlife Hospital for diagnosis and treatment after she was found to have an injured leg. Widget is part of the Department of Conservation's Takahe Recovery Program, where she has raised just under 20 chicks to date.
She's only been with us for a couple of hours, so we'll start to do some diagnostics and try to figure out what's going on with her, and hopefully we'll get her back out to Te Anau. She's a very, very good breeding bird. She currently has a chick, but her husband, partner bird, and the juveniles from last year are looking after the chick, so the chick is in good hands.
Based at Otago Polytechnic School of Veterinary Nursing, a partnership between Otago Polytechnic and the Wildlife Hospital Trust, the hospital will be able to treat up to 500 animals per year when staffed at full capacity.
From our perspective, what we would like to do is give back to the veterinary community and provide some veterinary nursing wildlife experience. So we're going to be getting the students coming through the hospital so that they can gain some really, really valuable experience with native wildlife.
This penguin will be operated on tomorrow following a barracuda attack. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The new Curio Bay Tumutoka Natural Heritage Visitor Centre opened to the public in December. The project was 15 years in the making and aims to educate tourists about the significance of the area and its wildlife. Sharon Rees has more.
When the sun comes out at Curio Bay in the Catlins, droves of tourists tend to follow, as well as some of the area's curious wildlife. Curio Bay hosts several protected wildlife species, including the Hector's dolphin, one of the rarest marine dolphins in the world, which is a driving reason behind Curio Bay's new Heritage Centre.
With the yellow-eyed penguins getting too close, going and disturbing nests, all those sorts of things, and perhaps the expectation that you could come here and swim as close as you like to a dolphin. So DOC were keen to see better management, both education, which is what the interpretation's partly about, and also supervision of those elements.
The centre also offers history lessons about the area, with an immersive theatre experience which promises a journey through life past, present and future, and includes in-depth information about the area's 180 million year old petrified forest. Duffy says it also focuses on the Māori heritage of the area.
That's another element of what we're portraying is the Maori connection, which goes back way before European times, of their migration through this area as they followed the food gathering on a seasonal basis.
The centre was built with the support of the Department of Conservation, Southland District Council, Venture Southland and local iwi. While it remains open to the public, an official opening is not scheduled until March this year. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, you may notice traffic delays this week when travelling across Dunedin as work begins to improve road conditions, and we catch all the action at the South Island Pony Club's show jumping national competition.
"135 Cumberland Street is a brand new recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Octagon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Thanks for staying with us. Work has begun this week to improve road conditions across Dunedin. The New Zealand Transport Agency is advising people travelling to expect detours and some delays while work is done to make roads safer.
This summer we'll see slower conditions on the Southern Motorway and at Dunedin's Octagon as the roads are made safer for drivers. There will be detours in place on State Highway 1 and an extra 20 minutes travel time to and from the airport over the next 3 months, while New Zealand Transport Agency's Safe Roads team widens the road between Dunedin and Mosgiel, lays a new road surface and installs flexible side and median safety barriers. The safety improvements are part of the government's 600 million Safe Roads campaign, which Transport Agency System Manager Graham Hall says will save lives.
There's been a number of accidents here, so we're making this part of the highway safer. Has a lot of vehicles. It's a very difficult part for contractors to operate in because of the confinement of the road, and so we're having to put detours in place.
At the moment behind us here we're getting vegetation removal to clear out that section there to facilitate the widening of the road, so that will also allow for the light columns to be shifted back as required.
Meanwhile, in Dunedin Central, work is being carried out on the 2 sets of traffic lights in the Octagon until March 2018. Dunedin City Council Transport Strategy Manager Nick Sargent says the work is in preparation for phasing changes to improve pedestrian access and safety in the George Street and Princes Street areas before the operation of the new bus hub. The cost of rewiring the intersections and installing new poles is $170,000.
We obviously get funded by New Zealand Transport Agency as well, so the Council and the New Zealand Transport Agency are paying for this work.
Do rates go towards this sort of work?
Yes, they do. Yep. So co-funding, co-investment.
During the work, the main Princes to George Street through route will remain open. The side roads to Upper and Lower Stewart Street will be closed to vehicles at times. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
As well as sweltering under a hot summer, Mosgiel has also been hosting the South Island Pony Club show jumping national competitions. This event is hosted in Otago every 5 years, and this year's hosts are the Taieri District Pony Club. These competitions have produced Olympic athletes before.
More than 150 riders aged from 8 to 18 are competing at the Mosgiel AMP Showgrounds in the Dunedin Saddlery Warehouse South Island Pony Club show jumping national competitions. Organising committee member Kyla Jaspers says the youngsters taking part at this level are at the training ground for future Olympians.
So some have made the Olympics. A really good example of that is Clark Johnson, who's one of our current Olympic riders. He started here in Taieri District a few years ago. So really the sky is the limit. We've got another rider, Claudia Hay, who's now jumping at World Cup level overseas.
However, like many things in life, she says there's a lot involved in hosting these events, both for the committee and for those taking part and their families.
It means a lot of work. We have 25 teams here, so 150 riders from all over the South Island, but it also gives our young riders a chance to showcase themselves in their hometown in front of the whole stage.
Competitors come from as far afield as Greymouth and North Canterbury to take part. Riders are judged on a specific set of criteria by a group of judges who have travelled to Dunedin for the event.
So there's a number of different classes. Each rider will ride 4 rounds over the 2 days, and ultimately the idea is to leave all the poles up on all of the jumps. If you leave all the poles up, then you go into what is essentially a final, and that's done how fast you can jump around the poles and leave them all up.
Kyla Jaspers mentors young riders, so I wondered if she could coach someone who hadn't ridden a horse in about 20 years to get back into the saddle.
Good boy, Grandad.
In Dunedin at the Saddlery Warehouse South Island Show Jumping Championships, I'm Daryl Basin for The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. The search for the body of missing skydiver Tyler Nee is being thwarted by Lake Wakatipu being deeper than previously thought. With the record-breaking hot weather over the past few days, Dunedin residents have been asked to conserve water to avoid compulsory restrictions. And Lumsden's town centre is getting a makeover to address issues which come with high numbers of tourists and freedom campers. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville.
Yes, hi Melissa. Paul Gorman, who comes through here, he's written an interesting piece on the questions being asked about why there's a double up in New Zealand of forecasting agencies. Both NIWA and the Met Service are funded by the taxpayer and receive a lot of money, and they're doing the same job, so interesting story.
Yeah, and potentially quite a costly one too, because I dare say it wouldn't be cheap to run both those agencies.
No, it isn't, and yeah, there's a lot involved in all sorts of computers and modelling and staff and so forth. Up to Queenstown, another hotel development, a particularly large one, So I'm looking forward to seeing the details about that.
Be interesting to see the specifications for that one.
Yes, and some picture stories. There's a new police dog puppy that's very cute, and there's a strange weird plant that's in South Dunedin, I think it is. It's grown really quite large, and it is strange.
Is it? Are we going to see photos of this tomorrow?
Too right, absolutely.
Okay.
And see what people think of the plants. The local advisory group for the hospital rebuild, announcement about that today. We've gone to talk to Pete Hodson to try to get more details, because the announcement itself didn't have a lot there, and see what comes of that this evening when I read the stories. And arts pages have begun again, and Rebecca Fox has looked at the year ahead in Dunedin, and it's a particularly busy one. This year's the biennial arts festival, but there's all sorts of other stuff, plays and shows and festivals and you name it. It is a busy year, and when you actually look at it, Dunedin, there's lots going on.
So it could be a New Year's resolution for people to attend more arts events in Dunedin. It's something that would be easy to follow.
Well, maybe that's something. I don't attend too many. I think I should probably. I know I'd enjoy them more, so that should be one of mine without a doubt.
And you could cover it in the ODT or keep us posted.
I could, and then I thought mention the opinion page on Thursday. Joe Bennett's a regular, as we know, a brilliant writer, a great way with words, and Jean Belcham, the student columnist, the one who's off to Oxford. That's not till later in the year, so we've got her at least for several more months. She's a very skilled practitioner on all sorts of subjects. And the third item on that page is one of our readers writing in, very frustrated by the lack of action on the Port Chalmers cycleway, and calling for a no-nonsense practical solution rather than an over-engineered one that costs far too much and won't go ahead.
Well, there's definitely something for everyone in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you very much, Phil. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Collagen Plus.
Looking at the situation, a low pressure system west of the South Island will weaken tomorrow, while a weak cold front brushes the far south with a few showers, developing later in the day. Looking what's in store for the south, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden are all in for moderate southwesterlies, showers and 18 degrees. Moving westward to central, Alexandra has a risk of showers and 21, Queenstown light winds mostly cloudy and 19, and it's pretty much the same in Wanaka but slightly warmer at 20, and Tiana has showers and 18. Looking northwards, Oamaru and Timaru can expect light winds, evening showers and 24. It's cooler for Amarama and Twizel with light winds, mostly cloudy and 20 degrees. In Dunedin, tonight it will be fine and mild with an overnight low of 17. Tomorrow can enjoy sunny periods at first but becoming cloudy during the day with some showers developing during the evening. You're looking forward to 20 and 15, and sunny periods and some cloud on Friday, 21 and 15. And in Invercargill tonight it's showers with an overnight low of 13. Tomorrow showers clearing and sunny periods increasing during the day with light winds 18 and 13. And it's mostly fine and sunny on Friday with scattered clouds 18 and 13. That's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.